All right, we're going to start this again. This is the 80,000th time I'm starting this podcast. How y'all doing, y'all? Hello, and welcome to another episode of Single Moms Conversations with Kina. Day one listeners, big up yourself. How you doing? And to all of the new ladies that are here, thank you so much for being here. You could be any place else in the world, but you are here rocking with this OG. Do me a favor and hit that subscribe button, okay? That way you'll be notified as to whenever your auntie is dropping another one. And yes, ladies, this podcast, this video is for us and by us. I am a proud single mother, and so are you. All right. Okay, so happy Friday, everybody. All right. Say a leg, school bell ring, right? We're going to have fun on this Friday, right? I want y'all to plan a nice weekend for yourself. I don't care if you stay home. Plan how you going to stay home, okay? Plan how you going to stay home, okay? Don't be sitting around the house in them raggedy pajamas, okay? Go get your nice jammies on if you're gonna be in the house, okay? Elegance, okay? That's what we're going for, elegance and grace. And if you ain't got no beautiful pajamas, it's okay. Get the best ones you got and put them on, okay? And walk around that house, y'all, achiever, and show the babies how you're supposed to lounge at home, right? Because they watching everything you do, everything that you do, they're watching you. So if you're in that house and you don't, you just want to be in your jammies, okay? Everybody in their jammies, the babies in their jammies, you in your jammies, do it nicely, okay? Plan to sit and relax and plan your shows, plan your little charcuterie board. Y'all know how I always say that wrong. You know your auntie gonna say it wrong. Plan your little charcuterie boards and all of that good stuff, y'all. And y'all just chill. If you just stay home, look, the way the prices is going, okay? Should I say more? Every time I step out the house, it's $150, $200. I don't even know where I get the money from sometimes. I'm like, where the money come from? You hear me, girl? I was like, where the money coming from for me to go out here and spend all this money? I don't know where the money coming from. But somehow, when I go out there, it magically gets spent. And I look at what I got and say, what the heck is going on up in here? What is going on up in here? But y'all. So if you planning to stay home, I understand. Okay. And if some of y'all got that little path hit, okay, y'all know what I'm talking about. I need you to watch your spending. Okay, if you got that little path hit, y'all know what I'm talking about now. I was on the TikTok streets, and the TikTok taught me about the path. Okay, I didn't know about the path. I didn't know they changed it to a path return and all that stuff. Man, I didn't know that. Okay, I didn't know that, but I said okay. All right, now some of y'all got the path hit. Okay, y'all remember what your auntie said? People is watching. hmm People is watching. Okay, if you think you ain't gonna get no newfound friends or old friends or other parents popping up because they know you got the hit that's too legit. Jam. Sorry, y'all. Sorry about that. But that's all I'm saying. You know, Auntie gonna tell you to protect yours, protect the money. But if your plan is to stay home, relax, do it nicely. Come on, ladies, make it special, okay? Because you deserve it. I need you to treat yourself the way you want people to treat you, okay? Figure that out. Figure it out. You got homework. Your auntie giving you homework, all right? This is crazy. Yo, when I try to record without this and just keep the microphone right here, it come out crazy. I don't like it. But when I could just talk to you and it's like a microphone, I feel like I'm doing something, y'all. Achiever. Yo, I'm about to get my microphone. I'm gonna plug it up in this phone. I'm gonna get my microphone. I'm gonna just sit here and drop bars. That's how this is gonna work from now on because I got to do what I got to do. I got to do what's comfortable for me. Right? But we going to have this conversation. Okay. Now that you already understand the assignments, okay, before you spend, you need to budget Don't just go out spending. You need to budget, right? And if you're going to be lounging home, I need you to do it luxuriously. Okay. I don't care where you live, you can still feel luxurious in your place. Y'all know I'm from the projects, okay? Y'all already know I'm from the real projects, not these cute little duplex projects, okay? I'm talking about 13. No, it wasn't 13 floors. I think it was 12 floors because they don't like the 13th floor in New York. Yeah, I think when I'm to the 12th floor, I was on the 6th floor. Okay. I think it was. Or was it the eighth floor? Child, I done blocked it out. I done blocked it out. But I was up there. Okay. And living in the projects, I knew how to make my inside, the home, the apartment, feel like it wasn't even in that building. Okay, so come on, cute girl, show off, right? Show off. Do what you do. Y'all know what your auntie talking about. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Do what you do. Okay. Put that nice little candle on. Put your nice little jammies on. Okay. All right. Get them babies nice little warm baths and put their jammies on them. Okay. Let them run around the house. Amen. Amen. All right. So your auntie got to talk to you today about comparison. Okay. And y'all know how I talk. Y'all know how it's gonna be. Okay. And Auntie just got to drop some bars, and then I'm getting on up out of here. I'm gonna upload this, and that's it. I gotta clean up, and I gotta take the sweater off to clean up because I'm using bleach. Okay, and I ain't messing up my $5 sweater. No, I'm not. Look, I got her from the Goodwill, y'all. $5. Okay. It's about the eye. It's not about the pockets. It's about the eye. I should go over there today. Get me something else for $5. But anyway, we're gonna talk about comparison. Right? We're going to talk about comparison. And why are we going to talk about comparison? Because I know I've been that person who would compare my life to others. And I've seen people compare their life to me, to my life. And I remember saying, but I don't got nothing. What are you talking about? I don't have anything. Like, what do you do? And you'd be surprised. You'd be surprised with what you have. Like, it's still something different from what they have, right? But that's a whole different conversation. We'll get into that part too, maybe. I don't know. Y'all know how I do. But we're going to talk about comparison. I remember a time when I felt like everybody around me was doing better than me, right? I'm telling you, I ain't had nobody to talk to. It's crazy, y'all. Everything in my life is falling apart. They keep telling me to say these affirmations and write this stuff down. Ain't even nothing working because I ain't believe it. So it ain't gonna work, right? Right? And I'm out here comparing myself to everybody, the people on social media, um, friends, and at one time, I'll be thinking like, are they just like bragging? Like, are they trying to make me feel some type of way? They calling me just to brag or to talk about themselves? And no, it probably was a little bit of that, but mostly they were proud of themselves and what they were doing, right? And there's nothing wrong with that. There's not a thing that's wrong with that. But when you're insecure about your life and you're insecure about what's going on with you, and you don't have a support system, you don't have nobody to big you up, you don't have nobody, you can start looking at people real strange. Hello? Am I the only one? Come on now, this is an honest conversation, right? We throwing all the spades up on the table. You know how you playing, well, I'm gonna say cards up, right? You know how you playing spades, and when you shuffling the cards, you just throwing the cards up on the table. We throwing these cards up on the table. Like, this is before I started a business. I was like, yo, I'm just suffering here. The girls is suffering. Like, I'm like, I'm not doing well. I just wasn't doing well. And I would look at everybody else and I'm like, wow, everybody's passing me by. Like, when is it going to be my turn? I told y'all my trials, my tribulations, and everything. We go into all of that in the podcast. If you're new here, it's 382. Okay, podcast. This is going to be 383. Okay, podcasts that we have on all platforms that you find podcasts. Um, but the issue was, it was me, y'all. I was comparing myself to everybody else. I did. I didn't have time to appreciate the things that I was doing and how I was doing it and how I was finessing this whole thing because I was too busy comparing myself to everybody else, you know? And it robbed me of appreciating what I'm doing because I was comparing myself to everybody else. So, what I had to do, and I spoke about this before, if you're a day one listener, you already know I had to put those blinders on. You know those blinders that the horses put on in the races? Yo, your auntie was, yo, I had to get off Facebook because back then it was Facebook, it was MySpace and Facebook. Okay, come on, I'm 52. Okay. Don't do that to your auntie. I'm 52. So it was Facebook and MySpace. I would do MySpace music because at the time, I was writing music still a little bit. And I lost all my music contacts and I was just me and the girls. My mom passed. The relationship I was in was trash. That was over. And it was just me and three little girls. And I had to put blinders on. I had to not see. Listen, it's a beautiful thing when you don't see everything sometimes, y'all. Sometimes we got to be blind to the ways of mankind. You know what I'm saying? So I had to put those horse blinders on, cover up my eyes on the sides, and I could only look and see what was in front of me. That's all I could do. I could not do anything else because it was wrecking me. It was just wrecking my energy. It was just tearing me apart. I was crying all the time. I was upset. We were suffering. And I had to get real quiet. I didn't speak to nobody. Because they wasn't gonna give me no good advice anyway, right? They want to hear the people in my life. They want to hear my story. I didn't have a good support group, so it was no need for me to talk to them. I kid you not. I would talk to my sisters sometimes, but for the most part, I couldn't do social media. I couldn't talk to people. I had to just focus on getting me and the girls into a better situation. And that meant I had to fall back for a minute. You know how Jay-Z said he faded to black? Yo, that was my mindset. That was my thinking. I had to go into triple blackness. And if you know, you know. I had to go quiet. I had to go dark. And the only thing I could do was focus on getting us out of this. I could not compare myself to anybody because it took too much energy from me to compare myself to somebody. I had to just fall back. And I used to say, I'm a couple of bands down. I'm about to come back. Yo, I was just thinking of ways like getting us out of our situation, right? And yo, what was bugged out about me is that I would just compare myself to people. I'm comparing myself to people who have support systems, who still have their mother, who have a good father in their life, or if they're with their husband, he's a good support system to them. I'm comparing myself to people who got people. Y'all see what I'm saying? I have no peoples. I had me and three little girls. That was the realest. That was the illest. I didn't have nothing. I had nobody. But I had to say, Keena, remember when you was taking this class? The one thing you had to learn was I had to teach children, not teach them. I was working with infants and toddlers, and I had to never say no to them. This is what they taught us, right? Shout out to the life program. They taught us not to ever say no to children in this program that I worked in, right? We couldn't say no. We had to let them know what they can do. I had to let little kids know, little babies know what you can do. You can do this or you could do that. You remember he said you could get with this or you could get with that. You could get with this or you can get with that, right? He didn't say what you can't do. He said you can get with this or you can get with that. This is what I had to do. This is what I had to do. So I said, Kina, the same way you talk to those babies and you would tell them what they can do, how about we start off with saying what we can do every day? So once I started saying what I could do and I didn't say what I couldn't do, I just said what I can do. Okay, you can move all this furniture out the room and you can go into that basement, clean up toys. You can set up centers. You can do your home daycare, right? That's what I did. I had to talk about what to myself about what I could do, and I could not compare myself to other people. And I could not tell people that I didn't trust what I was doing. Told my sister. And I would be like, oh, ain't nobody gonna come here. It's not gonna work. This business ain't gonna work. It's not gonna work. And I could say that to my sister. And my sister, well, I guess she would support when I would speak to her because I didn't speak to her a lot. She would say, Keena, just build it, they'll come. Don't worry about it. Build it, they'll come. Don't worry about it. And this is when I did speak to her because she was honestly, she's one of those people, she's always super, 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 super crazy busy. Like the busy she be on, I can't do it. Like some people be busy and then some people be like her. I can't do it. So the type of support that, a sister would normally be, she ain't got the support for herself. She's just busy. Right? It's the truth. It's the truth. So I did that business, and that business, it took care of us until we moved here in North Carolina. We was in business for a long time. I fed myself for a long time with my two hands and took care of my girls. That's how they were able to comfortably finish college. And it was you know, a wild time. But I remember I was just in trouble comparing myself to people, watching social media, watching Facebook when that was just it was just taking up my time, and it was occupying my time, and it was occupying thoughts that I needed to move us to the next level. So when we see people doing good and it's not us, right? Understand that your responsibilities are very different from other people. And some people have great support systems. Some people have good money, right? We got to focus on how we getting ours. And we got to focus on how we taking care of our babies. And we don't compare. We don't compare. And if you feel that you are being consumed, you feeling bad, right? Because I understand this, right? I'm going to say the things that they ain't going to say, right? We feeling bad because we can't do certain things for our children and for ourselves, for our babies first. I need you to step back. If you're feeling like this, you're feeling overwhelmed, you ain't got no support, I need you to sit back. I need you to eliminate a lot of stuff. Eliminate the things that trigger you and start telling yourself what you can do, right? You can do this, you can do that, right? Make a list of things that you can do. Don't say you can't. Say what you can do and work on what you can do. I'm telling you, it works out. It does. I'm living proof. I'm an OG. Look, I'm not 25 trying to give you advice, right? I got life behind me. I got life experiences behind me. I would never tell you anything I wouldn't tell my girls. And hold up. First of all, I'm not saying a 25-year-old can't give you advice because I've had 25-year-olds help me with a lot of stuff, especially the new technology, okay? Your auntie love her nieces and nephews, you hear me? But when it comes to the experience, I know. And I know the system that I'm putting in place with y'all, it works if you work it. You just have to mind your business, stay in your lane. Look, if all you could do is go to the Goodwill and get you a nice $4 shirt, okay then. All right. You're not in the Versace yet. Okay. But right now you get in the $4 Tommy Hilfiger shirt. You see what I'm saying? You gonna stay in your lane and you gonna make this thing happen. Okay. All right. I hope I'm making some sense to y'all. If you're new here, your auntie, sometimes I say some words that You got to be around me to understand how I talk. Okay, join the family. Join the family, right? But most of all, your auntie, I just want the best for you. I love you. This is your soft place to land. I told you I love you. Okay, I do. And it's all going to work out. I promise you, this is all going to work out. Okay, you might not see it right now, but it will. But we need you. We need you to take care of yourself. Talk to yourself nice. Talk to yourself about what you can do. Look in that mirror every day and say, hey, girl. Okay, I don't care what you look like. Girl, I don't care, your hair could be over here. Girl, ain't you pretty? I need you to say it like that, right? Or say it how you got to say it. But I need you to be good to you, because the better you are to yourself, the better you're going to be for my babies, and the better you're going to show up for our babies. You understand? So y'all take care of yourself, all right? Look, I got to go because I'm starting to get mushy. Y'all know how I could get. I'm starting to get real mushy when I start reminiscing on times where I didn't know what I was going to do. I didn't know if I was going to go crazy or not. I just say no. And nobody said to me the things I'm saying to you. All right. So y'all have a blessed weekend. I promise I will get a podcast out this weekend. I don't know what I'm talking about, but I'm gonna get something out this weekend. I want to thank y'all so much for being here. You could be any place else in this world, but you're rocking with this OG. And ladies, if no one has told you that they love you, I want you to know that your auntie loves you, and I'll talk to y'all soon. Peace.